In this episode, we fudge our huggies talking about scary games, Ant sinks to new depths in 99 levels to hell, and I spend an inordinate amount of time staring at a horse's arse in Fable the Journey.
Don't listen to him, girl.
Hi, and welcome to Kilobits. First off, an apology for anyone that tunes in only to listen to Luke's dulcet tones. We're not really sure where he's gone. We think he might have got a job, but personally I'm pretty sure that he's being raped off the coast of Somalia by those pirates for his love of Port Royale 3.
But the show must go on, and this month we've got a shitload of PC games. We've also got Ant from the Pile of Shame PC podcast.
Wait a minute, I thought you said the reason Luke wasn't here was from his Port Royale 3 review. He ironically developed cancer of the poop deck.
Arrgh!
Anyway, games. What have we got?
Well, it's October, so it's almost Halloween time. We thought we'd do something topical, like horror games. So, horror games.
So where did it all start? Do you think, sort of popularity-wise, possibly Resident Evil 1? Did that really?
As far as popularity goes,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 1 just made it take off.
But was it scary? It was horror, but wasn't scary.
Because, I mean, sort of fright can be categorised in so many different ways. I mean, it had the sort of peril and the panic where the dogs jump through the window and they're after you.
Oh, man, fuck those dogs.
And the sense of urgency, just sort of with the controls as well, with the tank-style controls, it took so long to sort of aim and take a shot that you could never really know it was do I have time to take this guy down before he gets to me?
That's something that you don't really get with modern horror games either, that you can always either fight back or it's always like one extreme or the other. Sort of, you either have amnesia where you can't fight back at all, or fighting back which is sort of too fluid, like the new Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the old Silent Hills. They're pretty much only good because you feel so defenseless.
But I mean, it's more about the sense of empowerment, I think. That's at the core of it. So, for example, if, say, Darksiders 2, for example, you're walking through and you're being attacked by all manner of hell demons.
Yeah.
And it's fine because you know you're going to whip out the scythe and get it on. But then sort of contrast that with Dear Esther. All you're doing is walking along a beach into a cave.
Dear Esther, amazing.
And that's it. That would scare the bejesus out
I
of you.
haven't had a chance to play it yet. Would you guys recommend it?
Absolutely.
Certainly an experience.
The birthmark faded by the time you were 6 and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
So quite often the worst thing you can do is actually sort of present the monster and bring it out, as with, say, Amnesia.
Doom 3 is a prime example. There's the monster, it's right in front of you, jump scare, like it's literally a formula, it's written down, but still it makes you jump.
I don't know, I'm a bit different. I'm more about the sort of cerebral psychological horror, where it's the sort of weird sounds, like Lone Survivor, that indie title, where it's side-scrolling.
Really good,
and
really
you're sort
good.
Of getting through the block of flats, and it's all...
Definitely recommend that one.
Very strange in the mirror world, and it's all people turning into zombies, but in a scary way, and just...
I just wish that survival horror wasn't dead. Okay, so sort of AAA titles aren't really delivering horror games anymore, but the indie market's been sort of churning them out.
Yeah, some really good ones, and none really better than the Amnesia kind of group of games. The Penumbra start off with Penumbra 1 and 2, 3 wasn't so great, but then Amnesia: The Dark Descent, amazing, really, really good. And
I've never played through it. I mean, just the sort of the urban myth out there, really. It's just the reputation of the game is bigger than the game itself, it seems. I mean, I know about the water scene, and I've never played the game. I've got it ready on my Steam list, but I've never actually clicked to play it.
I'm pretty excited about this new one, though, A Machine for Pigs. That looks like it could be kind of better.
The more games they make, the more money they make, and the more money they make, the more they're kind of putting into their games, the more effort's going into them.
It's art, though. They do it for the merit of itself.
I mentioned Lone Survivor. There's also Home. That's it's more the cerebral scare, where it's more on sounds and the links. But it does seem like the future of scary games is in with the indie, just because it's the lower production values.
Yeah,
it's always the god of the gaps. It's the things that you don't see.
Yeah,
so often
absolutely.
without the AAA titles, where they don't spend £30,000 on developing like a scary monster, they don't have the resources for it, so they've just got to have a clanging in the background sort of thing. It's the things that you don't see are the scary things.
I was going to say, in Amnesia at least, it's definitely the sound design that creates the fear.
Yeah, I mean, one I've been playing recently is Paranormal. It's kind of based around the Paranormal Activity film, and I actually got a chance to speak to Matt Cohen, the developer, the other day doing an interview.
So, I mean, how do you feel about the reaction cams that you get on YouTube? What's your kind of reaction to that?
I laugh. I love it. It is so flattering to see my game scare the crap out of grown men.
And staying on the spooky theme, I'd like to bring you 99 Levels to Hell. It's currently in beta and from indie developer Beau Blonde. It's a 2D action shooter where you must traverse the levels of hell. In a similar vein to other roguelike Spelunky, you are tasked with traversing the perilous platforms to unlock the way down to the next floor. On your way down, you fight through themed levels with different traps and challenges. Every 10th floor is a boss fight, which if passed will permanently unlock a door to the next set of dungeons. So the interesting thing about this game, fellas, is the random elements as you're going through the levels. For example, at one position you may find a shop in a level, whereas the next time you're coming through you may find something else entirely, like a weapon chest.
So is the whole thing like procedurally generated, or...?
I don't think the whole thing is. I think there are sort of level templates where you'll come across a level which is the same layout, but all the items held within are sort of procedurally generated. Also the sort of the monster placements around are also random. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's it. It really does make a big difference to each time you play, because the weapon setup can be entirely different. So for example, in my last playthrough I picked up a cannon on the first level, which is a huge powerful weapon you wouldn't normally get. It would cost a huge amount if you found it in a shop. So it set up my entire playthrough, my entire sort of hour experience that time, where I had a cannon bouncing off walls, killing everything, and I based the entire build off that.
So it's kind of, have you played Spelunky?
I have, yes. It's very much like that.
Very similar to that.
So it is very in the mechanics. So with Spelunky, you have to sort of get the woman, if you want, get the girl to sort of get more points and then continue. With this, it's similar, where on every level you have to find a key and then sort of get to the door in a certain time limit, because otherwise it all goes wrong.
And this sounds sick. I want to play this.
Good.
The story thread running through the game is in quaint rhyming couplets.
When their love be remade.
It's telling the tale of brothers of light and darkness separated, and the evil forces at play behind them. It serves as a fun departure from the grueling platforming. The only besmirchment I have to lay down at the moment is the sometimes awkward jumping mechanics. A sideways jump will launch you forwards, and letting go of that direction doesn't stop the momentum. It does sound like a really minor niggle, but with so few lives and the stakes are so high, the sometimes silly deaths can really grate. Other than that though, I've only got good things to say about 99 Levels to Hell. Currently in beta there are only 50 levels done, but to find out what's coming up I will be chatting with the developer, so be sure to subscribe and check it out.
So, time for our obligatory, what have you guys been playing this month bit?
Well, I've actually been playing a lot of Borderlands 2. Well, I say a lot. I mean, only when my friends are available. It's like herding cats. I've also been playing Torchlight 2. It's a really good budget game. If you've not had a go on it, then please, just go and try it. It's cheap and it'll give you hours of fun.
I've been playing also a lot of Borderlands 2. I put an obscene amount, 40 hours in, I think, with my Zero. He's the sniper class. I finished the game 1 3/4 times, because with the new game plus you finish it about level 30 and then you come back in again and you get all the same loot and skills, but then it's just everything's harder. Unfortunately though, sort of down here in Cornwall we had a bit of a power cut the other week, and it corrupted my save. And so when my computer sort of eventually came back on, loaded up the game, no, your save file is corrupt. Do you want us to delete it for you?
No.
I clicked on no, but it just deleted it anyway. Thanks. But so yeah, being a huge cheat, I went on the internet and I got a level 50 save and copied it to the directory, and now I'm level 50.
It's not cheating. It's fine.
I really wasn't going to put another 40 hours into the game.
No, I agree.
For that.
This month has been like Depression Central month for me. I got disappointed by Resident Evil 6 horribly.
Scary.
It's just a mess. It's a mess that people should avoid.
I haven't played enough of it yet, but I mean, for my first impressions, I got the impression it was literally just a cutscene followed by a quick time event followed by a cutscene, and
it doesn't follow quite in the same vein, but it's just insipid and self-insistent and dumb.
You gotta put an end to this mess.
I've also been playing like quite a lot of the new XCOM, and I can see all of the complaints about it. It's oversimplified. It's just dumbed down.
I don't know. In a way, yes. I mean, is it better or worse? I don't know. I think that's all relative. But I mean, so you don't now have a lot of the joy of the micromanagement. So you'd have to sort of produce med packs 2 weeks in advance from your sort of manufacturing plant. But now,
some people like that kind of thing, you know.
But that's it. It is like the sort of like the theme park and the strategy games and the sort of just the little tinkering that people like. I can see why people would be mad that that's been taken out.
As far as I'm concerned, the art style's a mess, and like graphically it looks fine, but I'm not into the art style at all, and I'm just waiting for Xenonauts to come out at this point.
Xenonauts is an old-school PC strategy game. It places you in control of a Cold War military organisation, which is the only thing standing between Earth and alien invasion.
I've also been, I've had the Alienware rig at my place for the last week, so I've been playing a little bit of War of the Roses.
All right.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, which is like, it's just like Mount and Blade, but without any of the mount.
Just more the blade.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an online arena shooter, well, not shooter, slasher, based around those old mechanics.
So yeah, it's sort of like the battle component. So Mount and Blade, it was the strategy and sort of galloping around on your horse doing the Robin Hood thing.
So much Warband.
120 hours, I think, my side. But then
hell.
It seems that this is just the sort of the battle component, and it's an online one, online only, I believe.
Yeah, it is online only. Because programming bots is effort. I don't know, more people would get it if it wasn't 30 quid as well.
I think that seems a bit much just for that part of the game. And,
like you can get Mount and Blade Warband for like 4 quid.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
much
the same.
And all the mods as well. I mean,
the Wild West one.
Just from sort of coming from the PC standpoint, I did the Lord of the Rings. And you get entire campaigns, and you can sort of just play it ad infinitum. You can play it forever. There's so much going on with it. Still now.
I gotta say, the thing I've been playing like most for the last couple days at least is Dishonored. So, Dishonored, it's a brand new IP from Bethesda, and it's essentially a stealth game. It feels like a mixture of BioShock and Deus Ex, in that it's got stealth gameplay, but it's all entirely optional. If you wanted, you could play it as a straight sort of first-person melee action game. The decisions you take in the game are sort of central to the experience, and your allies will react differently to you if you go through every mission as a bloodbath, rather than taking the humanitarian approach. It looks great. It's clearly a steampunk world, but there's not like anything powered by steam. It's all powered by whale oil, which is really original and kind of cool. The game itself plays beautifully. It's responsive. The camera work is some of the best I've seen, and the combat is really fluid and intuitive, but therein lies the problem. The game rewards you for being a pacifist, and as such, you only experience about maybe 20–30% of what's actually available in the game if you're going through doing a pacifist run. Because of this, you're pretty much guaranteed to get the bad ending if you want to have any fun whatsoever.
What is that noise? Oh no. No.
All in all, I'd give the game a pretty solid, maybe 6 out of our confusing 8. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about it, but at the same time, sort of some of the stuff it promises it doesn't really deliver, but it over-delivers on some other stuff.
Just like a neck-stabbing simulator.
Ah, so good.
I'm a... I'll have you whipped and put to work in the...
So, the game I referred to last episode as a car crash. Something that's really horrible but you can't help but be interested in. Fable the Journey? I put in the man hours to find out. The story is of a young gypsy boy called Gabriel, who inadvertently gets separated from his caravan of fellow campers and partakes in an epic adventure to grow from small-time horse lover to full-time hero. The plot is quite familiar if you've played the Fable series, with staples such as the Spire,
that tower's magical, you know,
Hollow Men, and even Zoe Wanamaker returns as Teresa the Blind Seer.
There could be more of these hubs out there.
But not all the voice acting is up to her standard. Unfortunately, the main character is annoying and his hammy acting ruins the flow.
I'm ready for whatever we run into. What a view.
The visuals are plush and varied, and the effects in some of the action scenes are jaw-dropping as you're pulled quite literally into an engrossing world. The gameplay places you in the first person, either riding a horse and cart, shooting spells at enemies, or solving puzzles. Your spells consist of attack, defense,
and throw. Your combinations really give you the feel of being in control as you use your spells to throw enemies off cliffs or into the path of your fireballs. So, all in all a good game then? Well, no actually, I've left the worst until last. Not on rails, says Molyneux before he leaves Lionhead to go and program a Minecraft cube. It is so on rails that at one point you literally find yourself in a minecart. The most you can move is from left to right on a set path, hardly freedom of movement. You're also given the opportunity to dodge left and right to avoid incoming projectiles in the shooty bits. All of this is orchestrated by the Kinect controller, and surprisingly to great effect. I found myself leaning left to right to dodge, raising my hand to conjure a lightning bolt and freely throwing people around like ragdolls with my left. This really couldn't have been achieved to the same effect with a controller either. On a complete tangent to the rest of the game are a selection of mini-games where you care for your horse. These do feel bolted on. So finally, a complete, fully fledged Kinect game? Well, no again. Kinect bugs plague gameplay. On one occasion I found Kinect registering my turn command, but the horse walking straight ahead. The result was my horse comically walking straight into a wall. Whereas on one occasion you could successfully achieve an accurately placed fireball first time, on another you can miss numerous times with exactly the same gesture. This is infuriating, especially during puzzles where accuracy is key. You can watch an enemy walk slowly towards you, raising his weapon as you repeatedly struggle to get Kinect to recognise the shield gesture, only to raise your hand on screen and cast the throw spell. I cannot stress enough how difficult it is to define this game. When it works, it's one of the best experiences out there, but when it doesn't, it is terrible. I have to say though, this is an experience you're not going to find anywhere else. The feeling of picking someone up and throwing them off a cliff, or conjuring a fireball in your hand, or a spear, it's something you're not going to find in any other game. The only problem is, because of Kinect, it stops it working. It's just jarring and awkward, and unfortunately that's why it has to be marked down, and as such I'm only going to give it 4 out of 8 bits. So next month, we've got some big titles coming out, some really good stuff to look forward to. I mean, what have you been keeping an eye on?
I've been rubbing my hands for this one, my lovers. I want a bit of Farming Simulator 2013. It's coming out. Unironically, I can't decide which. I played about 20 hours of Farming Simulator 2012. I don't know, the simple pleasures.
Serious right
Really?
I did, because it was sort of, it's like the urban myth. It's like people were saying that this isn't half bad, and you know, I don't know, is it kind of douchebag and hipsterish of me to say that something's so bad it could be good?
No, not at all. There's all kinds of things.
I think the phrase is each to their own.
I know, so yeah, I mean, I spent plenty of time ploughing in the last one, and you can buy all your all your sort of machinery, and I was sort of mowing grass.
Were you ploughing sheep? Is
that an option?
Is that the new one?
Is it?
Oh, I expect so.
It might be in 2013.
Comes with a special glove.
No, the glove's DLC.
For fuck's sake.
So what else we got?
Well, it's kind of an unpopular thing to say, but I'm looking forward to Halo 4. It's 343's first.
It's not Bungie.
It's their first big one, so like Microsoft will like murder all their families if it's bad, which I'm taking as kind of a guarantee that it's going to be at least playable. Aside from that, Zone of the Enders HD, which comes with the new Metal Gear demo, which I really like as sort of an old it's an homage to the old ones.
Yeah.
Where sort of you bought the old Zone of the Enders and you got Metal Gear Solid 2, a bit of the tanker mission.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool, it's Hideo Kojima, so you know he was just like, oh, we will do clever things.
I don't know, he's been wanting out since the end of Metal Gear 2, I think, though, hasn't he?
Huh? Yeah, it was meant to be his last one, but like every time he tries to leave, they're just like, no, Hideo.
It's always meant to be the last one, isn't it?
But he gets out the door and the leads just clanks on his leg. And just, come in, do another Metal Gear.
So basically what I've been looking forward to is Far Cry 3.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Really excited about it. The trailers look lovely. And although I didn't get on with Far Cry 2 at all...
You mean Zebra Murder Simulator?
Yeah, basically, with the great bugs and stuff in there. It was, Far Cry 2 wasn't what I expected at all.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. Yeah. So, it was kind of a Marmite game, like Either you loved it or you hated it. The new one just looks stunning. The things you can do in there, like releasing tigers onto people and stuff, and anything like that is just good. The other thing as well, it's got to deserve a mention, is Black Ops 2.
Not sure how much that deserves of anything.
I don't know. I mean, you've got to say that Activision always produce an alright game. That's why it's making money.
It's always competent.
It's competent. We love to hate it, but the thing is, it's always going to make money. It's turned into a football game.
Yeah, it's like FIFA. You buy the new one every year.
Yeah.
It is. In a way, you can't really blame them, though, although it is really ultra heavily iterative. But then it's similar to the X Factor. People still watch it year on year. Nothing changes, but
doesn't
people
stop it being crap, though, does it?
It's the lowest common denominator.
What are you talking about? Activision are artists. Okay, so before we go, it's competition time. Just going to read out the results of last month. The question being, if you were in a fight, who would your video game tag team partner be? Tying in with Tekken Tag Team Tournament 2. Right, so let's get on with this. The winners are Sophie Saint, who pretty perplexingly chose Pac-Man. Terrifying creature, no arms, no legs, just a big mouth.
Coming at you.
Good in a fight, though.
Yeah. Fuck that. Just fuck it. And the other winner was an unpronounceable chap called Mickey UTJS. Who chose the Coltrane from Gears of War because, and I'm going to quote him here, he would be running down motherfuckers, popping jokes. So
he certainly would.
Yeah, he definitely would.
We've also got some codes to give away this month too. We have 4 copies of Paranormal.
Awesome.
What we want you to do to win is to post a comment below of the scariest game but for the wrong reasons. Or, for a chance at an extra special prize, you could submit a video response and our favourites will get the goodies.
Awesome. And obviously, don't ever forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And if you wanna get in touch with us, you can do that at the Kilobits on Twitter, and also get in touch on Facebook, which is facebook.com/the Kilobits.
Okay, so that's about all we've got time for this month.
Yeah, bye.
Always wanted to say that.